Thank you for joining us on this very special day. It is truly an honor to stand before you as we celebrate a milestone moment for Polaris Career Center and the communities we proudly serve. I would like to take a moment to introduce the Polaris Board of Education. Rocky Neal, President, Brooklyn City Schools. Doug Schwinn, Vice President, Berea City Schools. Kelly Walker, Olmsted Falls City Schools. Phil Eckenrode, Olmsted Falls City Schools. Laura Wolfhausum, Strongsville City Schools. Gina Lehman, North Olmsted City Schools. And our newest board member that will be sworn in this evening, Mr. Donnie Patella from Fairview Park City Schools. I am incredibly grateful to lead this outstanding institution during an exciting and transformative time. Across our region, we are seeing a renewed energy and appreciation for career technical education. Our communities are embracing it like never before, recognizing Polaris as a vital hub for workforce development, economic growth, and opportunity. That momentum is powerful, and it is something we are proud to be a part of every single day. What makes Polaris so strong is the collective commitment of our partners, our associate school districts, and at this time, I'd like to recognize our superintendents that are here with us this evening. Chris Caleras, North Olmsted City Schools. Chris. Tracy Wheeler from Berea City Schools. Dr. Ted Caleras from Brooklyn City Schools. Keith Ahern from Fairview Park City Schools. Polaris is also deeply committed to the relationships of our local businesses and industry leaders, and the families who entrust us with their students' future. Together, we are building meaningful pathways that connect education to real-world careers, and that collaboration is opening the door for students of all ages. And today we celebrate growth. Polaris is growing. We are serving more students than ever before, expanding our reach and evolving to meet the needs of today's workforce. The ribbon cutting marks more than just a new space. It represents the beginning of a new era for our campus. Today we unveil a 26,000 square foot advanced manufacturing wing, an innovative state-of-the-art facility designed to prepare students for high-demand, high-skilled careers. This new addition will house our engineering technology, robotics, and automation programs and provide over 170 students with hands-on experiences using industry-leading equipment and technology. With more than $3 million invested in cutting-edge technology, robotics, and equipment, this expansion represents a major investment in the future of workforce development and career technical education. This project would not have been possible without Career Technical Education Expansion Grant that provided more than $11 million in funding from the state of Ohio. And thank you, Lieutenant Governor Fessel, for being here. And our Facilities Construction Commission. In addition, Polaris Career Center proudly committed $4.4 million to bring this vision to life. This program reflects where workforce is headed, and more importantly, this program reflects our commitment to ensuring that our students are prepared to lead in these high-demand industries. While today is about looking ahead, we would be remiss not to honor the incredible legacy that brought us here. This year, Polaris celebrated its 50th year anniversary, a remarkable milestone that reflects decades of innovation, dedication, and an unwavering focus on student success. Generations of students have walked through our doors and gone on to build meaningful careers, strengthen our communities, and shape the future. And none of this would be possible without the support of so many people. Our students, families, and community members, business partners, and friends, thank you. My sincere appreciation to our staff and industry partners who are instrumental in the grant process and the success of this project, including Michael Mayo, Director of Operations, Doug Miller, Director of Marketing and Community Engagement, Bill Evans, High School Principal and Director of Secondary Education, Mike Shepard, our former Assistant Superintendent, Bob Timmons, our former Superintendent, Mike Robinson, Treasurer, and Bonnie Romano, our instructors, including Mike Long and Bonnie Romano, our instructors. And I would also like to extend a thank you to our former board members, Terry Groden from North Olmsted, Jennifer Bolander from Fairview Park, and Michelle Bissell from Strongsville City Schools. And Michelle is here with us tonight as well. Lastly, our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to Higley Construction. I think Gavin and Ryan and Devin are here. If you're here, can you wave? Higley Construction, thank you for being here. And then GPD Architecture Firm, Mark and Aaron, are you in the audience? Thank you for being here. This beautiful facility is because Higley and GPD came together to help us build this vision. Today's ribbon cutting is more than a celebration of a building. It is a celebration of opportunity and progress and what is possible when community comes together with a shared purpose. I want to take a moment to recognize our community leaders for joining us tonight. I believe Dr. Marcia Ballinger, from the president of LCC, is here. There's Marcia, hi. And Bill Young, CEO and president of Southwest General Hospital. And I think Al Mattis is with him here as well. I appreciate your ongoing support and partnerships. The future of Polaris is bright, and the best is yet to come. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our board president, Rocky Neal. Rocky has been a lifelong resident of the Cleveland area and has lived in Brooklyn for 34 years, where he and his wife, Sandy, have raised their 2 sons. He has dedicated 2 decades of service and leadership to the Brooklyn Board of Education and has served for 4.5 years on the Polaris Board of Education. Please join me in welcoming our president, Rocky Neal.
Wow, what a crew. Hello, okay. My speech isn't going to be anything like that, just so you know. First off, let me welcome all of you again and thank you all for your participation and your effort into this wonderful project. We have one of the finest career centers in Northeast Ohio, if not in the state, to be quite honest. So again, everybody who's been involved, there have been some great people. Like Diane said, I've been on the board 4.5 years. I enjoy it. I'm more entrepreneurial than I am K through 12, and I tell everybody that. So I really enjoyed this part of my board experience. So my fellow board members, I thank you. Previous board members, we all work together to get this moving in the right direction. The communities, the superintendents, again, thank you all for all of this. I have the pleasure of introducing Lieutenant General. Lieutenant Governor, I'm not Lieutenant General. Mr. Jim Tressel. Born in Painesville. From what I know in Wikipedia, you hung out in Menor a lot. Lived there a lot. Graduated from Berea High School. Graduated from Baldwin Wallace. And the tough part is, I think, is you were playing quarterback for your father. So some of those conversations and films probably were tough days. Coached Youngstown State 4 national championships, Ohio State national championships, 67th Lieutenant Governor, who oversees the workforce and education. We had a beautiful tour of a beautiful facility. We appreciate all your insight on it. We are working on some other things along the way. But he doesn't know, I have this letter that I received from the desk of Lee J. Tressel. It's dated October 6, 1977. Dear Richard, that's my real name. You guys can't call me that. Our coaching staff saw you in the Berea Rhodes game, and we thought you stuck in there very well despite the score. We hope to hear from you. Good luck the remainder of the season, Coach Tressel. And if you wouldn't mind signing this for me? My mother, who was I hate to say it, was a documentary hoarder, before there was time. So I started looking, I told these guys, I said, I have this letter, I gotta find it. I had dust and ink all over me, the 70s newspapers, and I found this letter, so I said, I gotta bring this, so if you wouldn't mind.
So did you go to Baltimore?
No, I went to Ashland. So I appreciate it. So I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel.
Thanks so much, Rocky, and you are a hoarder. 1977, Kevin, boy, this is really special to be here to represent Governor DeWine and this great day. I know when I first started this new chapter of my life, the governor called me up and said, hey, he had an idea. And I said, sure, how can I help? He said, I'd like you to be the lieutenant governor. And I said, sir, I don't even know what a lieutenant governor does. And he said, whatever I tell you to do. And so he sent me out and about. Diane was one of the first people I met. And she gave me her business card and said on March 14th, 2026, and this was like 9 months in advance or whatever, put this on your calendar. I said, okay. And so I went back, and Will Ashburn's from our office, and I said, hey, we got to make sure we're there. And then got a call back a few months later and said, hey, change your calendar. We're moving it to May 12th, and I'm excited to be here because I think back when I was in high school, just down the street at Berea, they were starting to talk about this concept. And I guess it was when I was in college at Baldwin Wallace where it really started to take hold. And you think about where it's gone for the last 50 years, and thank goodness. I think I have to for sure mention the former Lieutenant Governor, John Husted, because really he and Governor DeWine really ramped it up when they came into office 8 years ago and started saying, hey, this is where the world is going, this is where the needs are. We've got to make sure we can get with the General Assembly and have the conversation that it needs to be funded more. And I think, what, $300 and some million later, it's fun to go out and see all the progress that's been made. And as we've gone around visiting people all over the state of Ohio, the number one thing that they talk to you about is their workforce. I guess it was 2014, we were ranked the 35th best state in the country to attract businesses or to have businesses think about expanding. 35th. We're now the 5th most attractive state in the country. So that's the good news, really good news. The challenging news, and not bad at all, but challenging, is we're going to need to execute on all these opportunities as our businesses expand. Our businesses are constantly changing with technology, and walking around with Becky, I think it's Becky, right? Bonnie? I knew there was a B in there somewhere. It's incredible what these young people are having a chance to learn on. We've got some robots in there that you'll see that no one else in the country has, and it's going to be ever changing. And so our biggest challenge in my mind for the state of Ohio for the next 50 years is to be turning out that workforce that will have those foundational skills, that will have those experiences, that will have gotten together with business and industry, that will be partnering with folks like Dr. Ballinger at Lorain County Community College, figuring out how they can get into the workforce and keep growing and earn while they learn and all those things. That's going to be the key to our future. We are not going to be short on opportunities. The key will be Will we be creative enough? And Diane was talking about every classroom we stopped by throughout the whole tour of the building. There's a wait list here, there's a wait list here, there's a wait list here. So we, I think, have gotten the awareness up. I think people are more aware of the opportunities that are going on. Now the key is going to be figuring out how do we scale it. And so having an expansion like this with new programming, more opportunities, the students in this new facility are going to learn in a cohort fashion a lot of different things that they'll be able to put in their toolkit. And who knows where they'll end up, but every experience they get, every business and industry group they have a chance to be a part of is just going to add to that toolkit. It's just going to give them a chance to help through the growth and the changes in technology that are going to be constantly occurring. And so it's a special day here to have, you know, it's been fun going around to a lot of these career and tech centers and see what they have going on. And a lot of them have wait lists, not all, but a lot of them have wait lists. But to see what you have here and the fact that you've got, what, 5 communities? Or 7? 6? 7 communities working together. That's what we're going to have to do, because we all can't have everything in our own school system. Probably the most difficult thing I've seen in my short career, which only has 244 days left, but anyway, not that I'm counting, is that there's a finite amount of resources and there's a lot of needs. And we're really going to need to be tremendously efficient. We're going to need to be creative. We're going to need to be effective with everything that we do. And as you see what you have going on here, you should be very, very proud. The enthusiasm, the pride in your faculty and your administrators and your board and everyone else. Be proud of what you have. Be grateful. Know that there's lots of partners out there. The state of Ohio certainly wants to be a great partner, but we can't be anywhere near the partner that Marcia can be and Southwest Community and all the different people, because they're right here at home and they can help you make a difference with all the young people that you're going to try to give a chance to see a great future. And when they walk in like this isn't grandpa's manufacturing. This is what the future is at the moment, and who knows what the future is going to look like in 50 years. So again, on behalf of Governor DeWine and Lieutenant Governor, now Senator Husted, they're proud of what you've done with the help you've gotten, and now make a difference as we get ready for that workforce of the future. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Now I'd like to introduce our mayor, Mayor Castelli of Middleburg Heights. Since taking office in 2019, Mayor Matthew Castelli has remained focused on enhancing the quality of life for the residents of Middleburg Heights. A lifelong resident, he and his wife Kristen are raising their 2 children in the community he proudly calls home. Mayor Castelli is a graduate of Mid-Park High School and earned his bachelor's degree from Cleveland State University. Before becoming mayor, he served 15 years on city council, including 4 years as council president. Mayor Castelli has been a strong supporter and valued friend of Polaris. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Matthew Castelli.
Well, thank you, and I know that before I get started, I did want to mention, appreciate many of the colleagues that I have on City Council are here. I see the Mayor of Brook Park as well as here. We all work together, and having partnerships like this with Polaris, so important to our communities. So again, thank you, Superintendent Zander, for having me here today. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for being here as well. It's a pleasure to join all of you today as we celebrate this exciting milestone, for Polaris Career Center and really for the entire region. You know, ribbon cuttings are always special occasions because they really symbolize growth, opportunity, and investment in the future, and that's exactly what Polaris represents. Polaris has long been an important part of Middleburg Heights community and continues to have tremendous impact on both students and adult learners. This program and the opportunities offered here are changing lives really every day by preparing individuals with the skills, knowledge, and hands-on experience needed to succeed in today's ever-changing workforce. The City of Middleburg Heights is proud of the strong relationship we have built with Polaris over the years. You know, on a personal note, my previous work life, before becoming mayor, I had the opportunity to work directly with Polaris to create a corporate university where we would send really hundreds of our employees here to Polaris to get trained. You know, that training was so important to our company. We were able to have people come back after they went through our corporate university, and they really became productive, you know, efficient, great employees for the company. So we were very, very lucky to be able to have Polaris so close to us. Today, we continue to see kind of that excellence with the new engineering, robotics, and automation program. High school students now have the opportunity to learn using state-of-the-art equipment while receiving hands-on training and one of the fastest growing and most important skill sets needed in our economy today. However, this investment is much more than a building and equipment. It's really about creating pathways to success. It's about giving students confidence, practical experience, and opportunities that will prepare them for meaningful careers and to have a bright future. Polaris Career Center is not only a tremendous asset to Middleburg Heights, but it also plays a key role in the success of students, businesses, communities throughout Northeast Ohio. The impact of this institution reaches far beyond these walls, helping to build a skilled workforce and strengthens really the entire region. So I want to thank the leadership, the educators, the staff, the business partners, and supporters of Polaris for their vision and dedication. Most importantly, I want to congratulate the students whose futures will be shaped by the opportunities created here. On behalf of City of Middleburg Heights, congratulations on this achievement. We are proud to celebrate with you today and look forward to many, many more years of partnership and success. Thank you.
Okay, and at this time, it is my pleasure, our last speaker, to introduce Bonnie Romano, who has truly been the driving force behind the development of our New Era program. Bonnie has led the charge, playing a key role in developing the program's curriculum, equipping the labs with tools and technologies needed for student success, and helping design a dynamic and innovative lab space. Her vision and dedication and leadership have been instrumental in bringing this program to life. And her passion for creating meaningful opportunities for students is evident in every detail of this exciting new initiative. Bonnie?
Okay, in case you're wondering, yes, I did draw the short straw, having to follow Mayor Castelli and Ohio legend, Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. So if I seem a bit nervous, I am. With that being said, I will do my best to make this the most inspirational pregame ribbon-cutting speech ever delivered. In all seriousness, it truly is an honor to be here tonight. When I first got wind of Polaris's vision for the ERA program, I knew it was something I wanted to be part of. To say I'm grateful for this opportunity would be an understatement. Working with dedicated leaders across education, industry, and our community to create lasting opportunities for the next generation truly has been my dream job. When I stepped into this role at Polaris, we had just been awarded the CTE Construction Facilities Grant. At that time, it was clear that advanced manufacturing was the direction that we needed to go. We had a well-defined understanding of the workforce need in front of us. We had a growing wait list of students interested in Polaris programs, and we had a blank slate for how to bring this vision to life. About 6 months into the job, our first collaborative robot arrived, and I moved into ERA's first official headquarters, which was also known as the closet in the aeronautics lab. That was the beginning. A need, a vision, a closet, and a belief that if we built this intentionally, it could not only strengthen the future of Ohio's economy, but more importantly, change the trajectory of students' lives. So we got to work. We traveled from Anaheim, California to Hicksville, Ohio. We met with thought leaders and organizations including FANUC, Rockwell, Swagelock, DuPont, and many others. We toured colleges, universities, and career tech centers across the Midwest, from LCCC to the Ohio State University. We listened, we learned, and we anchored ourselves in one unwavering mission: to equip students with success while also answering the evolving demands of industry. Whether students pursue work, a degree, and careers yet to be imagined, our goal is to create authentic experiences that build skills, confidence, and most of all, purpose. That goal became our filter. It guided what we purchased, who we listened to, what we prioritized, and how we thought about the spaces we were creating. At the core, this program is an extraordinary investment in students, workforce, and the future of economic growth. The responsibility of being wise stewards of this investment was not lost on us, and it was never taken lightly. We recognize the immense responsibility to make decisions that would serve students, families, industry, and the community for years to come. Of course, with that responsibility came a mountain of decisions, from the credentials we offered to the technology we invested in. And I know our Director of Operations, Mike Mail, and our Treasurer, Mike Robinson, would agree that along the way, I absolutely perfected the art of asking for more money. That being said, there was one question every decision had to pass. Does this create meaningful opportunities for students? We were intentional about what really matters. When we were intentional about what really matters, we realized this program is not just about robots, automation systems, or advanced technology. Those tools are important, they are engaging, and they are what makes learning come alive. But this program is not really about access to tools. It's ultimately about who students become when given access to these tools. It's about helping students learn how to think, problem solve, collaborate, ask better questions, work through frustration, and discover who they're capable of becoming. That's what makes this investment worth it. Of course, none of this happened in isolation. Every piece of this program was shaped by people who answered questions, opened doors, offered guidance, challenged our thinking, solved problems, and kept showing up. So before we cut this ribbon, I wanted to take a moment to recognize the people who helped carry this vision from an idea into reality. To Bill Evans, Doug Miller, and Greg Sertman, thank you for seeing the need, doing the research, and creating the proposal that ultimately helped secure the grant funding to make ERA possible. Thank you to Diane Alexander and Ben Hodge, and the Polaris administration for trusting me to bring these programs to life. Thank you to Gabe McCready, Tyler Ellis, JJ Burkhart, and the whole IST team over there for giving your time, lots of patience, expertise, honest feedback. Your partnership has really helped ensure that this program is not only meaningful for students, but is also truly relevant to industry. Thank you to Paul Aiello, Wendy Hall, Joe Baldiga, and the FANUC team for countless hours of support, training, moving mountains to get the robots here in time for this event. They were literally delivered on Friday. Joe's here with us all the way from Michigan at FANUC. So we appreciate all you've done, Joe. To Michelle and Andreas Leon, they are here from Florida. They have been very helpful in the CNC side of things, providing a lot of support along the way too. And like I said, they flew in today from Florida. So grateful to have you guys here as well. Thank you to the Rockwell Automation team, especially Marzell Brown and Peter Morrell. I don't know if Marzell is here. Oh, Marzell is here, yay. Marzell continues to provide ongoing wisdom and technical support, and he just retired after 43 years with Rockwell Automation. He's already spent countless hours in the lab. Both of these gentlemen, I know our students would be better off because of the time and expertise that you're able to share. Thank you to the Polaris staff, our amazing building facilities team, our IT department, and everyone behind the scenes who has helped make this vision real for students. Last but not least, I wanted to close with a note to our students, many of whom are in this room today. Congratulations on being part of the inaugural ERA class. When you signed up for this program, we had a cobot and a closet. And now you're at the front of something new, something still growing. You're stepping into a future that you are helping build. That takes courage. Now that you've made the decision, take a moment to look around this room. The people standing here are not just here for ribbon cutting. They are here because they believe in what is possible for you. You have an army of people invested in your success. Industry leaders, community members, educators, administrators, and families. People who are willing to give their time, resources, mentorship, and experience because they see your potential and they believe you are worth it. And you are worth it. So be curious, work hard, make mistakes, and know there will be days when things do not work the way they're supposed to do. But those moments matter because confidence is not built by doing easy things. It is built when you keep showing up, keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep believing that you are capable of doing hard things. This room believes in you. Now it's your turn to believe in what's possible. Walk into these labs knowing you belong here. Walk in knowing people are invested in you. Walk in ready to work, ready to grow, ready to fail forward, ready to discover not just what you can do, but who you're capable of becoming. Someday, the ribbon we cut today will not be remembered because it opened a lab. It will be remembered because it opened a door to endless possibilities, and students like you had the courage to walk through it. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you for believing in this program, and most importantly, thank you for being invested in our students.
As we begin to conclude today's celebration, I would like to offer some final heartfelt acknowledgments and special thanks to many individuals and teams who helped make this event, and more importantly, who helped to make this program possible. I want to sincerely thank our maintenance and technology departments. When you go back and you see the tables, they were built by our welding students. They were the air compressors and the electrical tabletops were built by our maintenance team. Every chair and stool that's back there was put together by our maintenance team. So thank you for all of your help. I also want to do an acknowledgement to our culinary, bakery, and deli programs and their instructors for their hard work, creativity, and support in preparing for today's event. I would also like to recognize my entire administrative team, whose leadership and dedication continue to move Polaris forward each day. And a very special thank you to my assistant, Erin Erdman, for countless hours of work, organization, and unwavering support behind the scenes. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel for being here with us today and for his continued support and advocacy for career technical education in his hometown and across the state of Ohio. Thank you. In addition, I would like to recognize Emily DiOrio, representing Senator Houston's office. Emily, are you here? There you are. Thank you for being here. Dee Smith from Ohio ACTE, President. Is Dee here? Oh, there you are, Dee, back there. And I also want to thank representatives from cities of Berea, Brook Park, Brooklyn, North Olmsted, Olmsted Falls, Olmsted Township, Fairview Park, Strongsville, and Middleburg Heights. And I know that Mayor Orcutt is here from Brook Park. Mayor, thank you for being here. Did I miss anybody? Any more mayors? I was looking at my RSVP list. There's a lot of people. So right now, at this time, I'd like to invite our Board of Education members to the stage, along with Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel, Michelle Bissell, and Mike Robinson, so we can officially cut the ribbon and celebrate this chapter for Polaris Career Center. And before we actually cut, we have to get a picture.
Coming on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Those doors, it's free exploration. Don't forget to indulge in some of our desserts and snacks. And I hope you enjoy the